Guys, RTO here. I am back, boys. I've missed every last one of y'all. It's been too long. It's been way too long. A week to be exact. I had fun. Like y'all know, I've been gone at my brother's wedding for a good week. We're up to date up to this point where this patch just came out, which I will be going over today. But in the meantime, I want you guys to know I've missed every last one of y'all. I miss streaming. I was actually thinking about it a lot, thinking of all these new little strategies going in my head, and I really think that I can still take my game to a whole new level. I really, truly do. And I think this patch could be good for us. It really could. So, without further ado though, let's go into it. Let's look at it and see what we think. See what what it's all about. Looking at it right off the bat, I'm going to go over the basics that aren't so much Renekton related too much. I mean, it's kind of obvious in the game, so it's Renekton related, but not so much our big priority. But I will emphasize more later down the road on more Renekton related such. Okay, anyways, let's get into bot lane, okay? A big thing about bot lane is AD carries are getting a lot of buffs. It's not so much they're getting buffed like throughout the game. It's just the early game is a little stronger, so they get that late game a lot more healthier. Which is the case for guys like Jinx, which is the case for guys like Twitch. Obviously, as you can tell, their health, 542, now it's 582. The health growth is a little less because obviously it's not more health, so by level 18, they're at the same amount of health. It's just to get them started earlier, which it makes sense. You know, I think they need it. I truly do think they need it, considering every time I go into solo queue, at least it was whenever I was gone, before I left, it was a lot of AP carries down there, or Vladimir's or whatever, so... And their big issue, a lot of AD carries the mains we're talking about, where, you know, AD carries just don't have early game. Their early game is too weak, and games are decided before they're actually relevant. So, you know, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think they need it. It's going to make Renekton bot lane a little worse, but because it's going to be harder to deal with that a little bit. But nothing crazy. Nothing insane. Something that does have me rolling a little bit is, I mean, look at these AD carries, though. So, Jinx at 531, now she's at 581. And then Twitch is at 542, 582. Ruther's base health is actually lower than that. It's actually, if I remember correctly, it's 575. Right? If it's wrong, I'll correct it. But I think it's around 575. Again, I've been gone for like a week, guys. Hold up. So why would a melee champion have less base health than a ranged champion? You know, I'm just pointing it out, okay? But like I said, I think they need some health. That's a lot of health. That's like 50-some health to start out the game. So it's quite a bit. Regardless, so other AD carries that have gotten buffed. Obviously, these are all mid-patch buffs. But Caitlyn, Tristana, Varus, these already happened, but it was like middle in the patch, like probably like 2 weeks, like a week ago, something like that. But they got pretty decent buffs, obviously, every single one of them. And then, like I said, they needed it. These AD carries really needed it. Varus is probably the only AP carry that was struggling in the current meta, and so he got a buff as well. So again, that makes sense. We scroll down a little bit more. We start seeing the Sivers and the Vaynes. They got little buffs as well. Now, Vayne's buff, so the thing about Vayne is, it's really hard to keep her balanced, I suppose. That's probably a good word to put it. If Vayne is too strong, then she plays top lane and starts wrecking up all of his tankier guys because she has that % damage. If she's too weak, then she can't even play bot lane and lane versus any of the carries and still not be relevant enough late game. So Vayne's a very hard champion for Riot to actually balance. So they did give her a buff. It's not a crazy big buff, but still it's something, you know, hey, it's Vayne. Anything can happen with that champion. It's always an interesting champion to look at. I think Vayne needed maybe a little more like armor, health, something like that instead, but hey, that's my 2 cents. All right, so let's go on to supports. Karma got buffed for what I see. That's what it looks like here. She got buffed. Okay, I'm not a Karma main, but that's what it looks like from here. So Karma is one of those champions, so they just nerfed all the shield champions, like Lulu, even including Karma, Janna, basically any shield in the game, they nerfed it a little bit, I think in the last patch. Might have patch 4, I'm not sure. But they nerfed them. Well, Karma's one of those champions who really wasn't being played as much as the Lulu, Janna, even to this day, just really not getting played as much. But I have seen Karma mid quite a bit. Okay, let's be real on that one. So this buff, again, I think she needs it, but... We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm not a bot lane player. I'm just letting you know my thoughts on it. We'll see what happens with this. So Rakan got nerfed. Where's Rakan at, boys? Rakan is right. It's an R. Yikes. Oh, that's his buff. That's why. Okay. So, nurse. Where's Rakan? There's Rakan. Okay, so Rakan got nerfed. I think he needed it, the nerf. Rakan's one of those like must-pick champions in the bot lane. It was Rakan and also Pyke, but I'll get into that in a second. Rakan was he's always picking the bot lane. Literally, I see him like pretty much every other game, if not every game, if he's not banned. So Rakan's a must-pick, so him getting nerfed does not surprise me one bit. Very good engaged champion, good laning phase, just a good champion overall. So got a little nerf. It's not anything crazy, but I think it does balance him out a little bit. A little bit, you know, raise cooldowns a little more, so you have more chance to trade in the bot lane. Made it where his R is not always up, so I like it. I like everything about it. Another nerf, and I put it down there as a nerf for support, is Shin, okay? So, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why would Shin be nerfed? Well, Shin, obviously not in solo queue, you don't see it too much. I see it a little bit, but really not that much. But, like, especially LCS play, Shin's played a lot. They put support Shin out there a lot because teams could call, hey, I need an R, Shin. Or into the other guy, and all of a sudden, boom, Shin's there to help their teammate out. Solo queue doesn't work exactly that way. Someone's low, they don't really recognize as much. So this is more of an LCS kind of nerf. I don't think it's going to affect Shin too much in the higher like top lane in general, but for support, it definitely nerfed him quite a bit. I mean, look at it. 35% at the max level was always 35%. Now it's 15, 20. It gradually gets there, which makes sense. It makes his laning phase not as strong for trying to play support Shin. Okay, so now Pyke. Now I'm going to go on to Pyke, guys. I think Pyke needed a nerf. I truly do. I think I see Pyke every game. And as the patch kept going on, he's been playing better and better and better. Like everybody getting more and more used to champion. I see him all the time, and I do see him doing really, really well. I'm surprised I don't see something different with the champion. I am quite surprised. I thought I would. I expect him to be pick or ban this patch. I truly do. But like I said, I don't play bot lane like that, so, you know. All right, let's get into mid lane, though. So Fizz got a buff. It looks like a pretty big buff in my opinion. It definitely makes Fizz have more, well, consider they've been nerfing assassins, they're buffing this assassin. I think with this W buff, which it is a buff, 100%. I looked at it 100 times, like, wow, that's a pretty good buff. I think Fizz could be a really, really, really good champ in mid lane. I think he's all right, pretty good, but I truly don't see Fizz as much as I used to in higher elos. I think, a lot of Fizz mains out there, you start seeing them climb after this W buff. Consider they're nerfing some of the other mid laners out there. Like it comes out like some assassins. So it's a pretty good buff for his debut. All right, so next though, we go to Ahri. Ahri, Cass, Corki, literally all these champions got pretty decent sized buffs as well. They're definitely not that bad, which you really need because you really don't see these champions mid lane right now. I think what they're really trying to do, or Riot's trying to do with these mid lane buffs, is trying to get rid of that gold funding strat. They're really trying to get rid of that. So other people are playing, hey, let's play a mid laner. Let's not play some Kaysai and Braum and let's go roam around the jungle and start taking all the camps and then go mid lane, take the camps as well. They don't want that. Riot wants an actual mid lane to be laning there. I think that's what they really want. That's what they're really trying to show here with this patch. It's kind of what I've got off this. Nerfs. So, let's go over the nerfs real quick. You got Talon nerf. I think Talon needed a nerf. Huge nerf. It's kind of a smaller nerf, but I'll take it. I'll take what I get. Obviously, Talon for Renekton related. Talon's not really going to beat Renekton very hard. But the fact that Talon can just roam non-stop, literally from level 3 on, he is roaming. He is literally clearing his wave, and then he's roaming. And he just never stops roaming, always off the map. Kind of like Aryan Soul, which I think needed a nerf too, but I don't see that anywhere. I don't see an Aryan Soul nerf, but hey. At least we got Talon nerf, all right? So that's something. That's something. Talon could also play top lane, too. I've seen it quite a bit. I've seen a lot of high elo guys play Talon top lane, so I didn't know where to put him, if mid or top, so I just put him mid for now, but you get it. Still a top lane nerf as well. Another nerf as well is Swain. So again, I put Swain and mid lane as well. I think what they're really trying to focus this on, especially the R, I don't think Swain's amazing mid, but I think he's doing really, really well bot lane. I think he's doing really well bot lane. If it ain't a Vladimir pick of the AP guys, it's Swain. And last patch, they just nerfed Vlad, so now they want to nerf the Swain. I get it. It's his R, and I think that really is a, you know, it's good. They need it. I really think bot lane should go back to somewhat to what it was, at least more relevant. And I think this definitely helps out with that situation. Also, nerf that I love. I love this nerf. And I've been asking for this nerf for so long. And I don't even play mid, and I've been asking for this nerf. Zoe. Oh my gosh. I bet everybody here is like, dude, Zoe sucks. Like, no one wants to deal with that champion. I don't want to deal with that champion. That champion's ass to deal with, and luckily, they did something about it. Look at the debut nerf, right, guys? 75, it looks like early game is still pretty much the same, but as the game progresses, it gets progressively worse, which how it should. You see Zoe go out there and just one-shot people when she's, like, somewhat even. You're like, are you kidding me? Like, how is that even possible? I'm not sure what does the damage on Zoe, But seeing these numbers, it looks very promising for us as, you know, just players of League in general. So I like that. They made the percentage a little lower as well, so I gotta love that, guys. Hats off to Riot Games there. Thank you. All right, so next I want to go over is jungle. So jungle is interesting. I think what they're really trying to do, again, trying to get rid of the gold funding strat, trying to buff all these junglers, early game junglers per se, which is kind of scary. Again, they just buffed Lee Sin, which it was a pretty good buff, and I think he needed it. But now they're buffing the other early game guys as well. Like, for example, where's Elise at? Like, for example, Elise. Elise is E, right? Yeah. So, health growth, 85 to 93 per level. So, that makes her, what, level 18? She has like 100-something extra health. That's pretty solid. That's a solid buff. That's scary. That's scary. I don't know about y'all, but if y'all know how Elise works, level 3, she can just tower dive you. I'm straight up, she can just tower dive you. She can literally, after the minions get there, she can take all the way lowest and then literally go into ulti form, and now the other guy's taking it. It's a whole nother life out there. It's really, really annoying to deal with. For anyone pre-6, especially as Renekton, it's like, God, dude, that at least comes in there, taking so much damage. Now their top laner's taking. It's like, dude, I can't tank all this damage you're giving out to me at this point, you know. And Elise has a pretty good amount of burst too, especially as her E. So that is a little scary, seeing Elise getting buffed. Now the other junglers, I'm not too worried about per se, because they don't have that, obviously, the going to R, going up for them. These guys, when they tank damage, they're tanking damage. Like, they just have to run away if they're going to do it. At least they don't have to run away. Guys like Pantheon, I put him on the jungle here. You can call it a top end buff as well, but really it's just buffing his attack speed for clearing camps. Completely fine. I have no issue with that. I don't think Pantheon's that great top lane right now anyways. He's okay, not great by any means. By any means. Also Rek'Sai. So Rek'Sai, it looks like Rek'Sai got a pretty big buff. It looks like a decent sized buff. Now, I'm not a Rek'Sai main, so I can't tell you, hey, this is good or bad. I've always thought Rek'Sai was pretty strong. With this right here, it makes Rek'Sai look a lot better. But a lot of Rek'Sai players tell me he's just a really good early game champion, which completely makes sense. And now he's even better early game. Possibly scales a little better too with the percentages on here as well. So, and again, we'll see where that goes with it. I'm not saying he doesn't need the buff, but I really don't know. Then on top of that, Vi. So Vi got a little bit of attack speed buff, and then our R's less cooldown. Again, help her clear the camps a little better with that attack speed. And then our cooldown's up more, so she's able to gank more often. I have no issue with that. I don't see Vi much often anyways. Hey, we need that buff. Get rid of the gold funnel strat. I'm cool with that. Also, let's go over the nerfs, which we'll get into gold funnel strat in a second. So nerfs. Nocturne. I'm going to include Nocturne on here. Nocturne to Leah. Obviously, this happened mid-patch, but I'm just going to go over it. I think this is needed. You don't see Nocturne that much, but when you do, my God, guys, does he not get like 20 kills? That's like, every time I say Nocturne, I just expect him to get a ton of kills. I'm like, God, man. And the fact that he has an ARP all the time, he just literally just jump on you. And then his first ability is a spell shield on top of the fear. It's like, God, man. So you got to like try to get rid of that spell shield with your E. It's like, dude, that's annoying. It's so annoying. And I have to run tenacity. So I like seeing that nerf. They really try to get rid of his burst off his R. I mean, look at that. It's 1.5 attack damage. They made it to 1.2. I think that's needed. I really, really, really do. His burst literally one-shot people. So they got rid of that a little bit. At least nerfed it down a tad bit. Also Talia. So I saw this nerf in action. I don't think it was like that much. I still think Talia jungle is still really strong, if not the top tier jungle in the game. So, like I said, this already happened. I'm just going to go over it a little bit as well. So Talia is still up there. I don't think Talia is going to be a bad jungle anytime soon. If not, she's probably S tier still, in my opinion. Again, this has already happened. So, and they didn't do anything else, which I think they still need to do some more with Talia. Somehow, some way. Her damage is just insane right now. It's actually insane. Also, another champion it surprised me. It really surprised me seeing this, but I guess this comes down to LCS. Sejuani nerf. Okay, so I guess they recently changed a lot of things where its AP ratios are higher. And so I guess it's being seen in like pro play. I don't know. But I do not see this champion in solo queue. I do not see Sejuani. And if I do, they feed. Okay, they just feed. They cannot deal with Talia's and all that. So seeing this nerf kind of surprises me. 2 seconds at 1.5. Again, I'm guessing it's an LCS nerf, but I do not expect to see Sejuani's ever again. I really, if I see Sejuani, I'm going to think they're just inting at this point, honestly. So there's that. All right. That actually just now happened, though. So there's that. So for jungle, though, in general, the gold funnel strat. Okay, so let's go down to it. Gold funneling, okay, as you guys know, has been a thing that came out from LCS play. Now a lot of solo queue guys are playing it, and I see it all the time. Especially in a challenger game, it's every game there's a gold funnel strat guy. It's either K-Sai Braum, or it's, what is it? Zaya Rakan. It's just It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, oh my god, she's so strong. You can't deal with it. So AIDS. They nerfed it. Now, with that being said, though, with that nerf, I don't think it's going to just completely destroy it, okay? 10 gold, yes, it sounds like a lot, but really, it's not just the gold that makes them strong. It's the experience. It's all, because they're literally, I'm a Renekton player. I'm playing top lane. Y'all know me. I farm like crazy. Like, I'm just all about farming and making sure I'm a really high level. And I still see these guys level 15 to my level 12, level 13. I'm like, I can't deal with that if they have 2 levels on me. And I tell you guys all the time, experience is more important than actual gold. It just is. If you're a higher level than the other guy, no matter what their items are, you're probably going to win that fight because you're just a higher level. You have better base stats. You know, so do I think this hurts gold funneling? Yes. Do I think it kills it? No. What I do think it does hurt, though, is a lot of junglers. You know, now it's like whenever they're taxing, I don't really call it taxing, but I say like whenever they're clearing your way, like helping you clear the wave, get it pushed into turret. Junglers like take some CS here and there. Now they get a lot less, which really sucks, man. Like it really sucks for jungle mains out there. Like I kind of feel bad for them seeing that. That just sucks. Like that just absolutely sucks, guys. But either way, I'm not a jungle main, so I guess it doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me, chat. I said chat. This ain't Twitch chat. This is YouTube. All right, so let's get into top lane, though. Let's get into top lane. So we went over jungle, went over mid, went over bot lane. Let's go over top. So we're going to start back at the top, guys. Aatrox. All right. All right, this is surprising to me. I did not expect to see this. I don't really want to call this a nerf at all. I think of this more as a buff, if anything, as you can see right there. So they nerfed his early game a little bit. And I'm saying a little bit. It's not like anything crazy. His early game is still probably the strongest in the game. I truly think that. So they took his base health down to, which was already 610, which is probably the highest in the game, to 580, which is still one of the highest in the game. So still at the, it's 8. But funny thing is, though, guys, ready for this? 580? Check this out. Why is a range guy 581? Why does this range guy have 580? See what I'm saying? Okay. Anyways, 80 carries, right? But 580. I really don't feel like range guys are at more base health than at melee. I don't think so. But see, they did some with the Q. They did a little nerf on his Q, especially his first Q and all that. But as you can tell over time, though, guys, you actually start getting more and more damage. Not so much off the Q, which goes down to 10 base damage. 10. That's it. 10. That's nothing. That's like a little bit. It's a tiny bit. They also made his E. So his E now recharged. Like, as y'all know, he has 2 charge on his E. And when they're both recharged, they're ready to go. He fights. They perform in 20 seconds to 24. So now it makes his early game a tad bit weaker because of that. But what makes it interesting is now, with it being 12 seconds and now to 8 seconds at late game, that's actually quite quick. And as a Renekton player, as just a top laner in general, you always think that, hey, Aatrox, you know, yeah, he has a really strong early game. Okay, let's just get later in the game. He's going to fall off. He's going to be a lot weaker because he can't do this. Well, now that his E's a lot shorter cooldown, it makes it a lot more interesting. I mean, 8 seconds is quite quick. It's really quick to have 2 charges up. And it just constantly keeps recharging after you use one. So that is interesting. Then also his R. The R. They buffed his R. They actually made it so it was 20% total, which, like I said, his late game was always really weak. But his early game was stupid strong. They got a huge lead, and you couldn't deal with it as a top laner. But now his late game actually goes to 20% attack damage to now goes to 25 total percent total. This goes base and all of your other buffs you have as well. So 20 to 25, that's a pretty big buff at level 16. That's huge. Also, that E being 8 seconds now, so it's much quicker. You know what I'm saying? That's something, guys. That definitely is something. So it's something to keep an eye on. I really think this was a buff, if anything, because his early game, even after he lost 30 HP and 10 damage off his base Q. That's it. And his E. His E has a 4-second longer cooldown. I don't know. Still don't think I can lane versus that pre-6, guys. I really don't think I can. On top of the fact that now his later game gets even harder to deal with. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one. I really do feel like after this patch, it's going to get a nerf. I don't think it needs like a major nerf. Just something, man. Like, do something. Really hurt that early game. Like, do something with that early game. Like, those Qs, man, they do so much damage. Like, he can play literally any role right now. He can play jungle, mid, top, probably even support. I bet it's really good support. I wouldn't even doubt it. All right. So we went over Aatrox. A lot of Aatrox. I get it. So the next 2 things I want to go over is Sion and Nasus. Sion actually got a pretty decent sized buff. It goes from like what? He has 30, but he actually scales a little better to 110. not too much for his Q. Made his base damage higher, which tanks obviously don't build damage. They actually build like, you know, armor and all that stuff. So they want more of the base or percentage, what they really want to have. So that's really nice for a Scion. It's just something, makes him scale a little better, which I'm cool with. I have no issue with that. And then his damage ratio. So it goes from 0.45, which same early game, which I've always thought Sion's early game is pretty strong anyways. So I don't think he really need to change his early game much, but they made him scale better in a later game, which that all includes on his Q. Goes from to 0.75 total attack damage. And again, Sion's not going to stack too much attack damage, but it does add a little bit something to the game. It's not a major buff, but it is something. And he's one of those tanks that haven't really been performing as well. The Ornn, the Poppies, Malphites, guys like that. So again, it's needed for Sion. Also, Nasus. The Nasus buff, they made his 12%, 18%, 24% of lifesteal. You know, that's cool. But I really don't think it's going to change much for Nasus. I don't think that's what really Nasus needs. So the thing about Nasus is, guys, if you make his early game too strong, then the laner can't deal with him. The laner can't actually deal with him. He gets free stacks for days, takes turrets. He's not saying he's like Vayne in that aspect. Like Vayne in the bot lane, you know, if she's too strong, like she has like too much in her kit early on, she turns into a freaking stupid champion later down the road. And that's why Vayne's really hard to balance. Nasus is similar. I'm not going to say he's on Vayne's level, but similar. I know they're trying to buff his lifesteal, but I don't think this is really going to help him. Because what is being denied from him is even touching the CS in general. That's what we're all doing. We're denying him all the farm in general. They don't want to give him all this health and all this armor to where you can't kill him early on, because you want to be able to take him down early so he can't stack. So it's hard to balance him. I don't think this was the buff he needed, though, per se. I think maybe like give him maybe 15, 20 base health. Just something. Maybe it's a little bit health growth per time. I think that's something he would like a lot more. So he can make those trades but still get the stacks a little bit, a tad bit. Not make him, oh my god, you want to be able to deal with him. Because I don't want to deal with the Nasus who had 54, 55% win rate when he just literally took everything and you couldn't do anything about it. So, well, again, I don't really think it's going to change much on Nasus. Sion, I guess it makes him a little bit better as the game progresses, which I think he needed. But this isn't going to change much. I do expect to see more Sions, though. A little bit more Sions. Not like insane. I still think Ornn and Poppy are still really, really, really strong. I'm sorry I'm going so much on top lane, guys. I think top lane is probably the most important aspect for Renekton. All right, so the next thing, guys, is the nerfs. Let's go down a little bit. All right, so Mundo. Mundo's Q. Okay, so I've noticed a lot of people who are autofill playing Mundo. I think of Mundo kind of like the Ezreal in the bot lane, well, in the top lane, similar. Because Ezreal just sits back, just Q farms. It doesn't really fight all that much. He just kind of just sits back and just relaxes. And a lot of autofill guys like playing champs like that, so they just, hey, I'm not going to feed, I can farm well and be okay. And Mundo's similar to that. Very, very similar. He just Q farms really far away. And if you do get on top of him, I mean, he literally has so much health and health regain that doesn't really matter. You know? So, this nerf, it's not anything crazy. His Q is health cost from 50% to 40%. But still doubled on kill, obviously. It's 100%. He gets near 100% on kill. So, again, it makes it a little bit, I mean, it makes it where his Q is a little worse, I guess, in laning phase. This is literally so he'll lane. That's the whole point of it, guys. I guarantee it's not so much for out of laning phase. This is for laning, because Mundo's literally just throw Qs. They don't actually farm by auto-attacking. They don't. So instead of actually farming for the Q farm, they're going to make them by doing this. They made it where, I guess, still double on kill. I guess it's 80%. It's not even 100% now. So that's what it looks like from here, from the numbers. So I guess 80%, so he's actually losing health every time he Q farms. And if you tank a Q, he actually still loses more health. He still loses more now instead. So I like this. It makes Mundo at least have to at least play the lane. So I do like this a lot. And again, I tell you guys, Mundo's in the lane for Renekton anyways. I don't think it's hard. Because I'll literally just take a Q and be like, you can't get that cannon. These cannons are mine. You got to fight me for these cannons, and I'll just kill them. So, you know, I think this is, I think this is needed. I really do. Because I'm really sick of autofill guys just picking Mundo. I want them to at least fight me. I really want to fight the autofill guys. I don't want them to get a free pass on the lane. So I do like that. Also, Wukong. So Wukong got nerfed. This surprised me a little bit. This really does. In the aspect that I don't think Wukong's early game is very strong anyways. Which, if you look at it, I mean, his laning phase is actually, in my opinion, not very good. And they didn't nerf that. They did not nerf it at all. So he's 65, 65. It's more for later down the road, which that aspect makes a little sense. But I don't think Wukong's at that level. I mean, you think about it, guys. There's only one Wukong player who's in Challenger. And he has 2 accounts. My boy, Arambe. Y'all know who Arambe is. I like Arambe. That's my boy. But seeing Wukong get nerfed on his E like that, I guess he's trying to take away his burst for later on the road. And again, his late game, I think that's what makes him his champion, because early game's already garbage anyways. So I don't think he really needed it. I really don't, guys. Like, I'm just being real. Like, it's just like Wukong doesn't have a laning phase anyways. Like, his laning phase is not very good. On top of the fact that now he has a little worse late game. So, but his late game's still fine. He still does his R. He still does his team fight really well. It does make, though, his 1v1 a lot worse. Especially later on the road, like as a not saying just Renekton base, but really any top laner. Now, like his burst is not as heavy, so if you can just trade back, which you might get a better chance to do so with that E nerf, it's like, okay, cool, like that's awesome. I like seeing that as another champion, but for Wukong's sake, I don't like it. I don't think this nerf was really necessary per se. If there was more Wukong players in Challenger, okay, I understand. Like talent players, there's so many talent players in Challenger, so many soul players in Challenger, but Wukong, not so much. Kind of like Renekton, there's no Renekton players in Challenger. I'll get there, chat. I'll get there. I'll make him get nerfed. Don't worry, chat. I got you. I'll make Renekton get super nerfed. Just kidding. Okay, so another thing I want to go over is Conquer. Where's Conquer at? Conquer's right here. So this is I should have put this down here on these ones. I did actually. Oops. I'm gonna go in order on this, guys. We'll go on Conquer in a second. First things first, teleport nerf. Obviously they're doing this TP nerf because every lane's using teleport. Bot laner's using teleport. Mid laner's using teleport. Everybody's just using teleport. I hate that bot lane started using teleport. I actually hate it so much because now they nerfed the teleport. They made it 60 more seconds on time. That's so long, chat. Chat, I'm talking like this. I just keep saying chat. Oops. So, if you look at Flash, Flash is what, like 300 second cooldown? Something like that? 300 seconds? It's around there. We got Ignite. Ignite's 210 seconds. Barriers, 180. Hell, you get 2 barriers off before his teleport's back up. Like, Ignite 210, you can almost get 2 Ignites off. Like, that's... I don't know, guys. I might never use teleport this patch. I really might. Like, 360 seconds is a long time. This, in my opinion, hurts top lane a lot. It really does. Because teleports are a way of being involved with the rest of the team. It really is. So, like, when it comes down to saying, hey, there's a drag fight happening, and I'm top lane trying to clear that wave, I'll teleport in and make my play. But now with this being 360 seconds, like, dude, is it really worth it? Like, that's a long time, chat. That's a long, long, long time. So, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I won't be using teleport this patch, guys. Expect me to be using Ignite. Since, you know, they did buff Ignite, and I was spamming Ignite. I really was. I was winning a lot of games. Ignite's really strong. Definitely not weak. So, and now this teleport nerf, it's like, I don't know if I want to go back. I might start using Domination. Again, we'll see as the patch progresses. The next thing I want to go over, though, is Conquer. So, Conquer got nerfed. His late game's still fine. Conquer is still 35 extra AD late game. It's just early game, now it's 6. I have no issue with this. I really don't. I was thinking about it. I thought they're going to nerf the damage of Conquer, make it like from maybe like 10 to maybe 25, something like that. I'd be like, ugh, that's terrible. But instead, they just made the early game a little worse, which I'm cool with. I'm definitely cool with, because Conquer, in my opinion, is one of those scaling kind of runes anyways. And I thought they're going to nerf it to crap. I was really thinking they would, but they didn't really do that. This made the early game a little worse, which I have no issue with. It makes it where tanks are much harder to deal with early on, but as the game progresses, bruisers take over in the top lane, as they should. So I am completely fine with this. As Renekton, if I'm playing versus a tank top laner, I go Conquer versus them. I really won't be trading too much early on, because I just know I won't win trades, especially that grass procs and all that. I'm just not going to win the trades, which I'm completely fine with. I'm content with that, because I've already pretty much expected that with the 10 damage. Now that's going down to 6 level 1 and on. I just kind of wait for mid-game anyways. So in the grand scheme of things, I do like this, because a lot of top laners are using this. It's going to give them the chance maybe to branch out, but I don't think it's going to change. But I still think people, if they're going to use Conquer, they're going to use Conquer. Like, they're not just going to change it up because, oh, I got a little less damage early on. I don't think so. So I think it's a small nerf. I don't think it's a big nerf, as people probably think in their heads. But it makes tanks a little more annoying to deal with early in the game. Another thing I want to go over is... Oh, I didn't put it on there. Oh, I didn't put these on there, did I? It's not, dude. Oh, I did damage too, and I just... Okay, I took it off. My bad. So, the Ghost Poro and Zombie wards. Okay, so they're making where the wards actually give you some damage. It's interesting. It's interesting. Will I use it? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I'll look into it. I definitely will give these a shot sometimes. Like, you look at Zombie ward. Damage a champion after destroying a ward inflicts 30 to 90 damage, depending on your level. 30 to 90 damage? It's not bad. Like, shit, that's just bonus damage off of killing a ward. Like, that's cool. I kill a ward, and then I do this. I want to know the time, though. It doesn't say the time on here. on how long you have. Is there a 20-second time, 30 seconds? That matters. That really matters. If it's just the next attack you do, guys, I might be running this all the time. Shoot. I might always just run this if I kill a ward. Especially, this makes it where control wards are not... Dude, don't even buy a control ward, man. You kill that ward and what happens? You put some more damage out because you bought a control ward? Like, hell no, chat. Hell no. I don't even buy wards anyways, as y'all know. I'm more of a trinket kind of guy. I don't need those control wards. This ain't LCS, chat. This ain't LCS. We don't need that. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. Another thing cool is, as well, is the Ghost Poro. Oh, also on this one as well, zombie wards. Sorry. I should have gone Ghost Poro first. Oh, well. Zombie wards now only spawn from enemy wards killed, not friendly wards at timeout. I like that. I do like that. I thought it was kind of stupid how if your ward times out, now you get a little ward anyways. Like, well, that's stupid. But now it's just enemies. I like that. I really like this change, though. It's just different. It changed the game a little bit, especially in the top lane. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, Ghost Poro. After 1 second to brush, your current trinket becomes a Ghost Poro item, which may be used to place a Ghost Poro. What does that mean? Like, I don't know what that means exactly. Does that mean, like, I can just put a Ghost Poro wherever I want after I'm in a bush for a little while? Or does it go in that same bush? I don't exactly understand what that means, chat. Again, I'll be testing these out over time. I really will be. Definitely. Especially on the Domination tree. Also, while either you or your Ghost Poro is anywhere in enemy territory, past the river. What does enemy territory mean exactly? Does that mean, like, closer to their base? Or I'm just guessing maybe in the bush. I don't... Past the river. Oh, so past the river. Oh, okay. I just figured it out, chat. Look at me. So anything past on their side. Got it. Gains 520 base on level ability power or 3 to 12 bonus attack damage adaptive. So I guess if you or your Ghost Poro is anywhere. So if you're just past your enemy, you actually get attack damage 3 to 12. It's cool. It's really cool. It's just interesting. Interesting, cool things. I want to see how Zombie Ward works, but if I don't like this, I might start running Ghost Poro. We'll see. And I like what they're doing here, too, because a lot of people don't do this. They look at these like, hell no, they don't give damage. I want the thing that actually gives me some damage by clicking those eyeballs. Well, now it's like, okay, now I can get some vision on top of getting a little damage, too. I like that. I like that. Now, what I want to go over next, guys, is Renekton. These are the things, that's all, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I want to go over Renekton related is like this, guys. Okay, so Renekton in general in this patch, with teleport being nerfed, it makes it to where, like, am I really, like I was talking about earlier, guys, am I really going to teleport? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think mostly, guys, I'll be running PTA a lot this patch. Not really so much because Conqueror's getting nerfed. I'm running into PTA a lot more this patch. Like, you're going to be running PTA versus tanks as well. I've been running Conqueror a lot, but I might switch over to just straight PTA. Probably 95, 99% of my games. Okay, I'm just telling y'all right now. And the main reason why is because of the teleport nerf. This is literally the reason why. Because I really feel like this patch, I'm going to Ignite probably 99% of the time. Probably that 1% is for Cinch. Everybody else, I might just run Ignite. Okay, you will see that, especially on stream tonight when I start playing. So just expect a lot of Ignite Renekton. Now, what that comes into play is if I'm running Ignite Renekton, now it goes to, I'm probably not, I might go straight Domination tree. There's a very good chance I start going Domination tree. Again, I love the Resolve tree, but I think if it's not a poke matchup, I think I'm going to go Domination, guys. And again, I was spamming this. I got the Masters doing this. It worked really well. I think I'm a better player now, too. I think it could work out really well. I get a lot of cheese kills to level 3 because your damage is so hefty with the Ignite on top of Renekton's Burst level 3, which is pretty heavy anyways. So really expect a lot of Ignites from me today, guys. And I expect you guys to run Ignite as well. Conquer with Ignite, I mean, Conquer is really hard to proc anyways, you know? If I'm going to run Ignite so much, it doesn't really make sense for me to run Conquer because Conquer's early game's trash anyway, so why waste my early game? You know, why waste it? Let's really emphasize on the early game PTA procs. Now, what that comes down to is builds. Builds in general, I was thinking about it. Am I going to go back to Yumus? You know, Ghostblade, all that fun stuff, guys. You know, that we will see. Again, if you go Ghostblade, you are playing for more the early game, which is what I'm trying to prioritize, possibly this patch. And again, the patch is fresh. It's brand new. Looking at all the numbers, it looks like going the more early game route might be the way to go. But like I said, it's been a while since I've run it. But I do think PTA is a must this patch. The burst on PTA with Ignite and all that level 3, you are going to pick up so many kills, chat. So many kills. So, but on top of that is, though, the jungle buffs. They buffed a lot of early game junglers. And the one good thing that I like about going, I know, I didn't like Gold Funnel Strat. One good thing about going up against it is they don't usually gank you. Elise, Pantheon, Vi, Rek'Sai, they're going to gank your ass. And they're going to gank your ass hard. They're going to get Gekias most funky ways possible. So seeing these guys getting buffed, it just makes it a little more, you know, interesting. That will be running Ignite too. So I could get abused for it as well. So again, I think I'm running Ignite a lot this patch, guys. I think TP with that cooldown being insanely long, I just don't think it's worth. So, but besides that, guys, that is pretty much it. There's some little things I can go over as well. I don't know if it's going to really matter or not, but there's some skins here. Cho'Gath Poppy skin and also Gnar skin. Those are really the top lane guys. Hey, man, we might be seeing more of these guys because of the skins. I don't want to see Poppy. I don't want to see Poppy. I don't want to see Gnar. I really don't want to see those champions. I don't like those champions. They're gross. I think Poppy is top tier, S tier, as tank top laners right now. And then Gnar is just annoying for Renekton to deal with. It's hard to kill a Gnar. So I don't really want to see those. Cho'Gath, I mean, I can kill Cho'Gath pretty easy. Especially level 3. Especially Ignite level 3 and all that. I can just kill Cho'Gath so easy. Don't you worry about that. But so much Poppy in the skin, yikes. I don't want to see that. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all had a good time with me, you know, today. I hope to see you guys tonight on my stream. If you're watching, obviously, 7/18/2018, but I probably stream every day anyways. So there's that. Without further ado, though, guys, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys tonight. Deuces.